Let's talk about tree structures. Some make you scratch your head like this one. It looks pretty unnatural. Some are made by people or are easily explainable. There are tons of survival channels on YouTube. Some are literally just branches that fell in an odd way. Here's an article from Fouke, Arkansas, known for the Fouke Monster, showcasing a photo taken by a researcher. While I see some of his evidence as credible, the tree structure featured in this article strikes me as a pile of sticks. Sure, it stands out from some piles of sticks, but I think it's just a pile of sticks or perhaps a hunting blind made by a local. The location where this photo was taken is construed by the article to be the Sulphur River bottoms. The Sulphur River bottoms are made up of swampland and forest and follow the Sulphur River southwards. This area is roughly 5.5 miles from town and stretches about 12 miles towards I-49. Sulphur River comes in from Texas and goes south through Arkansas until it meets the Red River. The area is known for its swampiness and is no stranger to flooding, moisture, and humidity. Constant waterlogging of the trees throughout the fall, winter, and spring spells a recipe for fallen trees and limbs when they dry out in the summer. This segues us into the next portion of this video. I recently went duck hunting in Northeast Louisiana at Darbone National Wildlife Refuge and found what some would call a tree structure in this area on the screen. It was about 0.3 miles from any power lines and about 0.8 miles from the parking lot, as I will draw out now. The area is also about 1.16 miles from the nearest paved road. This is across a break of water and a bayou. It is fairly off the road, but just off the beaten path. Just like the Sulphur River bottoms, it is about 6.8 miles from town. This area shares many similarities with the Sulphur River bottoms, most notably its flora, fauna, and moisture. However, I will add that Darbone is usually flooded throughout the year. A forest where the floor is typically 1/2 foot to 3 foot of water, making it an exceptional place to hunt wood ducks. This winter, it was almost completely dry, exposing that once submerged floor. Here is the video. We were walking back to the power lines to head towards the parking lot. I had my GoPro filming our hunt for the main channel. We unfortunately didn't get any ducks, but missed plenty of them, and stumbled upon this mass of mangled wood. What stood out to me about it was the sticks laying on top of the fallen tree. They appeared to have been purposefully placed there. At this point, I realize what I'm looking at is somewhat unnatural. These are the sticks and branches I mentioned. To me, it appears as if someone propped these sticks over the fallen tree to make some kind of cover. Unlikely it was deer hunters, as this was a duck-only area, and it's unlikely that someone camped here due to the fact that it is in a populated hunting area, a literal shooting range, and there was no ashes from any sort of fire. The spacing inside could easily accommodate an adult human with enough room to spread out. The entire surrounding area was also littered with fallen trees and branches due to constant waterlogging, then a severe drought, and high winds. Also note the lack of bushes and brambles, as this place is usually underwater. Here's a still of what we'll call Figure 1. Here are the sticks I mentioned. They look rather out of place. Here is the main mass of the structure, which I accredit to the natural conditions in the area causing the tree to fall. Here are the roots of the tree. This to me looks like a natural tree fall in a flooded environment. It likely fell before the drought. Here's what we'll call Figure 2. Again, here is the main mass of the structure, as I will circle, but I would like to point out the pile of debris and branches that could have been used to provide more shelter by whatever put those sticks there, if someone really had to sleep out there. Here is what I will call Figure 3. I do think it is strange how the sticks are laid over the tree. However, my theory is that these other branches to the right, which I will circle soon, may have been propped up there as well. considering they could have came from limbs falling from trees. Some could have broken off of branches, like this one. And there's also some I will circle here, more fallen branches. The whole area for miles was like this. There were branches absolutely everywhere, trees absolutely everywhere. The water line is about here for the deeper water. To me, this reeks of natural and human causes. The tree fell naturally some time ago, and perhaps when this area still had some amount of water, a group of duck hunters propped up these limbs to hide themselves from any ducks flying overhead. Ducks have insane eyesight and can see you from hundreds of feet above. Do I think anyone was camping here? No. Do I think Bigfoot made this? No. Why would any intelligent hominid want to live in an area that is almost always underwater and trampled by people shooting into the air for hours on end? They wouldn't. If an animal can go as long as Bigfoot has without clear photos, without being killed by a person, without their remains being found, I don't think it would be stupid enough to live in such a highly unlikely place. Maybe Bigfoot likes to scuba dive. Maybe he can breathe underwater. Maybe this is the frogman's house. Long story short, I wanted to make this video to showcase that critical thinking is the best tool you have when researching and looking for something that we haven't found yet. Jumping at every pile of sticks, every sound, and every hoax continues to push the research community in a negative direction and proves to skeptics everything they want to confirm about the people rather than the being. If we use common sense more often, we can overlook things that just aren't a result of an elusive animal that no one can seem to catch. We can take time to focus on real things that don't add up, like the Yellowstone Bigfoot bison footage or sonic fingerprints. Either way, thank you all for watching. I wish you all good luck in the field, and I hope you have an excellent day.